Thank you, Mr. Wilson, for being here today. I'm going to ask the first question. So, OUSD student body consists of students who've dealt with gun violence, gang violence, and other traumatic issues that affect their performance at school. What is OUSD doing to help these students who experience these problems succeed at school?
You know, our effort around community schools is in large part focused on recognizing that our students are going to come to us with needs outside of their academic focus. And so the work around having community-based health centers, the work around training our people on social emotional learning, which is really trying to train adults on how to build stronger connections with young people, but then also help those young people deal with the issues that they are facing. That's a lot about that work. So I think all of that is extremely important. And I think, you know, the academic piece is extremely important as well, that we can't forget that, because I think that absent the academic piece, and authentic academic pieces where it's just not sit and get. I mean, think about this. I mean, if I'm in that type of environment and I'm asked to just sit and be quiet, and not talk to anyone, that's kind of hard to do. So I've been impressed with what I've just seen here just briefly with Youth Radio. We want our students to be doing something, so they're getting the social emotional needs taken care of, and then to be in school doing something, because I think that's going to be the best chance for them escaping those realities long term.
California recently passed a law prohibiting suspensions for willful defiance. We've spoken with some of the students who have been suspended for acting defiant in OUSD classrooms. What are your thoughts on this new bill, and how do you think it's going to change Oakland schools?
I think getting in trouble should mean you get more work. I mean, it changes the whole equation around defiance, and in my experience as a principal and working with principals is not being in class means we give you more time. You're crying out for more time.
A recent report found that nearly 1 out of 5 African American students in Oakland is chronically absent from school, missing at least 10% of a 180-day school year, which is significantly higher than Asian and white students. What are your plans to address this issue?
I strongly believe that young people, all young people, African American young people included, want to get an education. I believe that. I believe that sometimes what happens is life intervenes, and that desire sometimes goes from priority number 1 to priority number 10. And when it becomes priority number 10, because there are these other things in there, my friends, I need to get a job, the violence at home, we can't pay the rent, all of these the other types of things, then I think that that's when you end up having chronic attendance issues. And that's why we need to partner with the city. And then we need to invest more in our community schools. And then finally, we have to start with helping students have success early in school. That's extremely important. When students associate school with success, when they associate it with fun, when they associate it with real opportunity later in life, then they're going to want to be there.
Up until my senior year, I often felt ambiguous about the college application process. Does it worry you that students are going to Oakland schools without this information, and where do you think this education belongs?
Well, I actually think that beginning very early on, we should be talking to students about college and all different types of colleges and all different types of experiences. And so early on, that begins elementary school. And then I believe beginning in 6th grade, students should begin to plan and complete personal education plans. And that personal education plan isn't about saying, this is what I'm going to do 8 years from now. It's about having students explore who they are and what their interests are, and then where their weaknesses, where their strengths are, and then what they can do to get more experience in the things they're strong with, and then work on their weaknesses. And then from there to understand, what are the industries doing? Where are they trending? Because ultimately, young people want to know about how much money can I get paid. And so we want to make sure they know. We also want to make sure that they know where those jobs are. All of those things are a part of it. And in order to do all that, you got to have access to counselors. You got to have access to partnerships. And then every adult in the school needs to be aware of how things work.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Wilson. It was a pleasure being with you this evening.
Likewise, thank you both for having me. Thank you.